Well, Toronto, much of the GTA getting the first taste of winter out there today. We have got a look at that snow as it is falling down. I mean, a real blanket we're seeing outside of City Hall right now. There is a special weather statement in effect for the GTA, most of the province as well. Here in the city, we could be seeing up to 10 centimeters of snow by tonight. Of course, make sure to drive accordingly. It's been a while since we've seen snowy conditions like this. OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt, he spoke to CP24 about the road conditions.
I'm glad it happened today on a Sunday as opposed to a Monday morning rush hour. Traffic volumes are lighter. The problem with that is because when traffic volumes are lighter, speeds are higher. And the roads just look wet. It looks like a normal summer's day rain, but we were hovering down around the 0 mark this morning, and it may drop down again tonight. And if more snow comes through the afternoon and evening hours, we've got a lot of unpredictable driving conditions that are going to be coming.
The city, by the way, is opening up warming centers today to provide people experiencing homelessness a place to go where they can be protected from the elements. The city says warming centers at 885 Scarborough Golf Club Rd and at 81 Elizabeth Street behind City Hall, they will open at 5 p.m. The city is also opening about 115 additional shelter spaces. And then staff with the Streets to Homes outreach program, and they're out there encouraging people to come indoors. They're also handing out blankets, sleeping bags, and warm clothing. Well, joining us now to talk more about this is Elise Von Schiel, Senior Communications Advisor with the City of Toronto. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So we talked about some of the services the city is offering there. I'm also curious to know about snow clearing activities, how the city is preparing to make sure those roadways are safe for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, it is the first time that we've seen snow kind of in this lead up to the winter season. And so ahead of what we were expecting to come overnight, city crews were out applying kind of a salt brine to major roadways and other critical expressways. And this brine essentially helps the snow not to accumulate. So what we are currently seeing is that we aren't having that accumulation of snow or ice on a lot of the roadways right now. We also had crews out this morning going to test the roadway temperatures, and between the brining and the road temperatures, we aren't seeing that accumulation. That said, if the snow does start to accumulate while we are still seeing it fall here, we do have sidewalk equipment, snow plows, and other salters that are on standby and ready to go when they're needed.
Yeah, so that snow's still coming down right now. It is early in November. What does this start to those snowy conditions mean for the city?
I mean, I wish I was Mother Nature. I think we all probably could have used a couple more weeks of warm weather. But what we do have in place here is a plan for essentially progressive operations. So in a case where we see additional snowfall or additional accumulation, we do have that kind of progressive ramp up. We know it's important to get sidewalks clear. They're the first thing to go at kind of 2 centimeters of accumulation. We have those progressive kind of levels all the way up through residential streets. So the equipment is ready to go if it's needed, and we'll continue to monitor the forecast and hope that the flurries are on target to end this afternoon.
Yeah, looking at that forecast, too, there's a chance we could be seeing more flurries on Monday and then on Tuesday. What do you expect from the city throughout the rest of the week here?
We will continue to have those operations on standby as needed when we see the forecast, when the meteorologists say there's a need to have that equipment on standby. We do have those brining operations. We will keep an eye on the temperature to see what else might be needed. So we are making sure that we are ready to scale up or scale down as needed, as this really is the start to the winter season. And there will be more coming as well. City Council is examining further measures to improve how the city deals with snow going forward. So there'll be more that we'll be happy to share later this week.
We were just mentioning, too, about the warming centers that are opening up today, 5 p.m., a couple of them, a little earlier than expected. I know that about November 15th is when we expect the city to have those warming centers kind of ready to roll as soon as temperatures dip and we see any sort of winter weather warnings. Is there anything you wanted to add about that?
Yeah, I think it's just important to be nimble, right? As you mentioned, this plan kind of comes into effect on November 15th, which is traditionally when we start to see things get colder. But in recognition of that, we know people need an indoor space to come to, somewhere warm, somewhere where they can get out of the elements. So that's why it's important that those 2 warming centers, the one downtown and the one in Scarborough, are opening today, in addition to the additional what we call surge capacity spaces. So we're trying to bring as many people inside as possible. It's about 230 spaces that we're opening ahead of schedule. And those will be open at 5 p.m. kind of regardless of how the rest of the afternoon goes with the snow. And we look forward to bringing those additional spaces, about 1,300 of them, online on November 15th for the rest of our, I guess, regularly scheduled winter programming for people who are outside.
So anybody watching us right now, ideally, they are home. It is warm. It is cozy. They're looking out their windows. They've got to, run some errands, that kind of thing. Any last minute advice for anybody who has to head out there?
Just please be careful on the roads. Take the additional time that you need to get to your destination. We really want to ensure people are safe. If people see something weather-related or snow-related that needs to be addressed, they can call 311. The same with anybody who might see someone experiencing homelessness or someone outdoors in need of help. Please call 311 and the appropriate teams can be alerted so that they can help.
Appreciate that info. Elise Von Scheel, Senior Communications Advisor with the City of Toronto. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.